Alright.
Okay, they're ready if you want to do a countdown.
Alright, let me get back to the main screen. Alright, we're doing this. I'm having a good time. I am a really streamer. This is a game. Okay, real talk. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so thank you so much, y'all, for letting me begin the awful games done quick block of this marathon with a classic Super Nintendo adaptation of Dennis the Menace. I mean, this game is fun for like 10 minutes, and then it's very quickly not fun. But at the end, it gets fun again. You'll see. So basics of this game, as far as the speed run goes, is you need to have good movement, you need to not screw up damage boosts, and just gotta be very, very careful, and it's really hard to be precise in this game. Because you have like slippery physics everywhere you go. Like when he's running, he'll just kind of slip around. Like I could just oh frick, okay. But yeah, it's really hard to just navigate around when you're like slipping and sliding all over the place. But other than that, it's just good movement. Not getting hit by enemies. So I'm really the only speedrunner of this game. I imagine this game can be optimized way more than it has already. But we're not there yet. I have to go back up here because I fell down, but it's okay. That's one of the things I like about this game. Like, small mistakes don't really cost you that much time. The only places that really cost you time is like at bosses if you get really far into the fight and you lose at the very end, you have to redo the entire thing. There's one auto-scroller in this game, and if you die during any part of that, that's like definitely a reset. Alright, so in each level, there are 4 Dennis the Menace coins that you need to collect in order to advance to the next level. Additionally, with the first level, you need to get the 3 weapons before you can advance to the next level. And so I got the slingshot at the very first seconds of the game. And we're about to get the blowpipe now, so that I can go and finish this level. Gotta jump over that cat. It's very annoying. So we go to the basement. So the game actually wants you to take this upper route, like over the chests and like do all this sort of platforming garbage. But with a well-placed damage boost, you can just avoid all of that. And then let me set it up. Yeah, one more time. I can do this. There we go. So you can skip all that. Saves like 10 seconds or so, because you have to like dodge a couple enemies when you're on top. But if you're not, you can just run pass through everything. So, in order to move, or in order to shoot, you need to be standing still or in the air. So, if you want to shoot and move, you gotta you gotta press jump right before it. And you're gonna be seeing me do that a lot in order to maintain my forward momentum, I guess. Unless the situation, like these frogs, you can't really run through them. They're pretty stupid. But other enemies like this bunny, you can take out. Oh, with, well, normally you can take it out with 2 well-placed blowpipe shots. Also, for some reason, you don't stagger there. Like when you do a drop that's a little bit high, he staggers a bit. I guess to absorb the impact of whatever he's falling onto. But I don't know. This game just has a lot of inconsistencies as far as what damages you, what has hitboxes, what is what is any what constitutes knockback and which enemies are able to give make you knock back when you're in the air. Like this, it knocks you straight up, but in this case, it may not. You'll be able to regain control like mid-air, and sometimes you can just have full control while being damaged, and you'll see that in the boiler levels. But right now we're in the one and only auto-scroller in the game. There's not much to talk about here other than just like you don't even have to like really dodge the enemies on easy mode, because you take little to no damage just by running through everything. So if we have time for donations, if there are any donations, now would be great. Or not, that's fine. I suppose I should talk about like these logs. If you're not on the wagon, you're not going to be able to jump the log, and like once it goes under the log, you can't, like, you will die, and it's just a huge time waste. They're introducing a few enemies in this level. Like, we've already seen the Medusa heads, those stinking birds, but they're introducing the concept of these little squirrels. They don't have a hitbox, but the projectiles do, and so you gotta determine like whether or not you can run through them in the woods area. That's the last part of the game. I don't know. I feel like this game, if the mechanics were like made more consistent, like the way it's designed is pretty good. Like you learn everything you need to do in Mr. Wilson's house. They introduce different enemies like pretty like steadily, so that you're not like completely in the dark about what's coming next. I don't know. I like it. It's a charming game if you have the patience to play it. It's very simple. There's no cutscenes or text. You're just kind of going around and collecting coins. Well, I mean, apparently the plot is you're collecting Mr. Wilson's coins because you took them, or I guess, and lost them, or like the antagonist of the series took coins and spread them all over the place. I don't know. It's very hard to discern like exactly what's going on. I'm not sure how close this is an adaptation to the actual Dennis the Menace live action film. I did read that it wasn't really well received in 1993 because it was too similar to Home Alone, which had come in like maybe a year or two before, and they felt like it was like just a copy of it. Like you have this like little snot of a kid who gets into hijinks with actual criminals and somehow overcomes, you know, that archetype. But they made the sprites, like, I'm sure you saw in Mr. Wilson's house, he looks like Saddam Hussein, but it's not the game designer's fault. That's how Walter Matthau looked in the live action movie. So I mean, it's pretty accurate. It's just go watch the movie if you want. We're done of talk about the movie. In any case, this is the first boss. There's a strategy to each of these boss fights. Use the same strategy. So you notice like the boss has iframes every time you hit it. And once those iframes run out, you want to hit them exactly when they do. That's the only way you're gonna get quick kills. Like, the difference between a quick kill and a bad kill could be like frames or seconds, based on how well you place your shots. And so that's a little stressful, but it's fine. We're done with the boss one. So we're moving on to the boiler. It's my favorite section. It's got some really tight platforming. It's got the best music in the game, in my opinion. I don't know. It's just really fun to play when you do it well. So we'll see how this goes. So they're introducing the concept of these steam exhausts, and like the green. I have no idea what they're. I guess it's like poisonous water of sorts. I don't know why that, or a leaking pipe, whatever. For some reason, it damages you. So the steam is a pretty stupid mechanic. Like the hitbox is very like odd, and it persists for way longer than you think it does. Like for as long as there's any sort of wisp on the screen, you can get hit by it. Same with the water drops. It's like even like that splash. Like you have to wait for it to be over in order for you to be safe and go through the little enemy thing. Then you got these Pyrofiends that are immune to all attacks except for the water gun, which doesn't even do anything except like stun them. I tried to show you, but you know, gotta go fast. Wait for the steam vents. We're out of level 1. Ah, I knew that was gonna happen. I still hesitated. Alright. We're done. That was first one, a boiler. What a good run this is. Is this world record pace? I mean, who knows? It could be. You don't know. We'll see. Alright, so level 2. It's a pretty straightforward level. I'm really concerned about level 3. That one's like the most inconsistent one out of all of the boilers. Oh dang, I missed that jump. Okay, so that's fine. You can just go back. It's not that big of a time loss. It is an example of the type of platforming I was talking about. Like, it's like super tight. Like, you gotta really know where your hitbox is and the latest frame that you can jump in order to get the jumps. See, like I said, the steam, it persists for super long time, and it makes timing going over them, or under them, through them, super annoying, to say the least. But most of the hard jumps are out of the way. They're all in the first half of this level, for this particular boiler level. Oh my. So that was fun. Let's do that again, but like, right this time. Alright, we're good. Crisis averted. We in there. So, I've had to route this game myself. It's been really, really difficult because there's no like maps of each level, so you kind of have to... Oh crap! No, I have to push this rock. But it's fine. We're good. Alright. Last jump, tight jump of the level. Got it. So that's good. Nice, we're out of there. Okay. So, Boiler 3. It has you go in like 4 corners of this huge map. This is the first level with checkpoints in it, because of how long it is. And it introduces a few new enemies, namely, like these little stones that come out of the ground, and these little stones that like kind of sit there, and they just like exist. Ah, no way. Okay. More than anything, they're just like artificial obstacles. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Some enemies you can just like damage boost through, and there's like no knockback whatsoever. Then other times you get knocked up into the air and there's no chance of recovery. As far as like, you know, regaining control of your sprite. But it's fine. We're fine. We're gonna take that slow, because we're not about to lose this run. So something stupid, like jumping into a pit. Okay. So there's little pieces of coal coming out of the ground. They appear very briefly. It's fine. So we're on the way to the third point over here. So you can't damage boost like you did before through this little pyre looking dude. But okay. So this game is pretty frustrating if played well, and played poorly. Alright. Once I get this 4th coin, there is like a separate section just to get to the end. I mean, normally it's just like get 4 coins, and then the 5th coin's like right there, but not with this level. Just gotta keep moving. Right, gotta get rid of that, and that. Okay, there we go. Or else you can't really run through there all willy-nilly. Alright, we're almost out of there. So close. Get me out of here. That's a cheeky damage boost. There's one little steam vent at the end to troll you, but we're out of there, so that's good. So we got this boss coming up. I really don't know the names of these bosses. So like in my splits, he's like called Coach Thunderthighs for no other reason than like it's like super thick. Oh, and apparently medicine balls, they bounce in this game, so that's interesting. I wonder whoever coded this game like ever took like a gym class in their life. Really makes you think. Yeah, I can let me do that real quick. Alright, if that's any better, I can still adjust it. Alright. So we're on to the sewer section. This is my least favorite section. It has the worst boss. It's just a fish, but it's so much more than a fish. It's like Satan's fish. But I'll complain about that more later. Sewers is real. Oh dang. Okay. Well, that's actually fine. I can grab the second coin and just you know, mosey my way through the sewers. Ugh. Okay. So these little like biohazard things, they're analogous to the standing rocks from the previous set of levels. Yeah, they reuse a lot of enemies, like they just kind of reskin them in order to, I don't know. It would be too much work to, you know, come up with creative enemies. Sewer 1 is pretty... There's not really much to say, but same with Sewer 2. It's a really short level. Sewer 3 is just the worst. Honestly, it's my least favorite level. By the way, none of these enemies have hitboxes. You just kind of just run through them. It's fine. But then they start having hitboxes around this level. These take 5 hits to kill. Get that coin. Just barely made it onto that platform. Alright. So what I have to do is get that coin. The bats control you pretty hard if you're not careful. But getting through this relatively unscathed, which is really surprising. This is my worst section. You know, apart from the rest of the game. This game is just kind of bad all around. If you try and play it, like, it has the opposite of tight movement. I guess that's loose movement. I'm not gonna call it loose. I don't like that word. Okay, so we're on to Sewer 3. It's got like 4 checkpoints. But it's not like terribly long. It's just the longest sewer level. So just lots of damage boosting, lots of annoying things to get through. Lots of really, really tight platforming. What? They usually take 2 hits. I don't know what that was about, but we're gonna wait on this fish. So the water that's falling down, similarly to the steam vents, their hitbox just persists for so long. It's hard to tell when it's like safe to pass them. Like, it's honestly like the worst part when you're first starting out learning this game. We actually use that water to damage boost through that little, like, mutant ninja turtle. Not sure if they're teenage, but they do throw, like, stars at you, I guess. Completely original character design. Not from any other franchise. Alright. I'm actually getting through this without dying, which is... Oh my god, no! Okay. Laughing over. Serious mode. Let's go. World record pace. We're legends. Look at me go. Going the speed of smell right now. Alright, so we're back to... Oh my gosh. I almost got super trolled by that bat. But, yeah, the bats are really stupid. They come on screen very late, and their hitboxes just appear, and there's nothing you can do about it. Gotta move a little bit closer. Okay. Yeah, there you go. I mean, you can hit them off screen if you know they're coming, but they're still pretty stupid. Alright, so now we're on to the fish boss. It's not the fish that's necessarily bad, it's just... You'll notice that, on either side there's platforms that creep, depending on which side you're on. And then you notice that there's, vanishing platforms. It's just... It's a lot to juggle. I mean, it doesn't look like that much, but it's really stupid with, like, the way the hitboxes in this game work. Like, you don't know if you're gonna fall off or fall through the platforms. And, like, that's what makes it difficult. It's not that it's, like, necessarily a difficult fight. I wouldn't call it artificial difficulty either. It's just, like, accidental difficulty. But I seem to be getting through it. Should I even bother talking during this run? Am I even a streamer? Am I a speedrunner? Is this real life? Are we having a good time tonight? Hope your Friday night is going as well. Everything's fine. Like, that, it really, like... Dying anywhere is, like, reset. But for... You really don't lose that much time. Like, relatively speaking, to mistakes in this game. I think the most you can lose is like a minute, and that's if, like, you really screw up. Like I just did! Okay, we're doing this thing. Maybe I should just focus on getting through this. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Once I get through this boss, it's pretty smooth sailing. So forgive the silence for about a minute. I just want to get through this. Oh, oh, come on. I just want this. This is really, like, run killer of the year. But, it's fine. We're gonna get through this together, and that's what matters. Alright, so it vanished. I have a little bit of time. Get to the other side. Gonna vanish again in a sec. At which point, I'll move to the other side. Maybe if I talk through this, I can do it. Gotta think before I do it. Positive thoughts, happy thoughts. Only jump to the other side when they have just vanished in order to avoid falling through. We're doing that. This is a thing. This boss is not really optimizable. You just kind of do the thing and hope everything goes well. Did I scare you there? I scared myself there. Alright, we're good. We're out of there. Get me out of this freaking boss, dude. Okay. Now I really like the wood section. It's just really satisfying to get like right. Platforming is super fun, interesting. Enemies are pretty challenging to navigate, which is great. If you're a casual player, if you're a speedrunner, this is like lame. No! I dropped all the way through there. Okay, it's fine. We're good. Like I said, you can walk through these squirrels. It's their projectiles that have hitboxes, so it's fine. Jumping all the way through the squirrels. You can get hit through that, so you can do a little bit of damage boosting. Just trying to get through the without getting too murdered. So you really don't want to hold left there, because you'll get bounced up by that branch. It's just, you're gonna have a bad time. That's fine. So you gotta push the spring along for what feels like forever. Kill the dog. There's a neat little mechanic where you can just like follow through, and there's the end of the level. It's actually, I wish they added more of that in, like the previous levels. Lots of like neat platforming tricks. Right, so we're on Woods 2. Woods 1 was shallow and pedantic. Woods 2 is probably the most nerve-wracking one, because there's no sucks, but I was gonna say there's no life ups in this level. So what I have to do is here is I have to pan the camera left to get the damage boost to get up here. It saves about 10 seconds if you do it first try. Doesn't really lose time. Wait, where am I? Where am I going? Ah! I should have just gone right. That's what I get for talking. This game requires a lot of attention, surprisingly. But it's fine. So here you just hold left after jumping off that branch. You can do a really easy damage boost to get on this ledge. More damage boosting. Ooh. Woo! Okay. Give me the 4th point. Get me out of here. Try not to get hit by anything. So many things going on. Alright. We're almost done. We're almost out of here. Alright. That was the level I was most scared about, because you take too much damage, and you gotta do the whole thing over again. There's no checkpoints in this one. We're on the final stretch. This is the last actual level before the final boss. Starts off with a really, really tight jump over this huge gap. And I got it, so that's pretty good. I'm satisfied that I got that. Second coin's in the bottom right. Third coin's in the very top. Fourth coin's in the very bottom right. So similarly to the boiler levels, they're just kind of really spread out, which you would expect for the last level in the game. If I can get across this freaking gap. Alright. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I don't hit any bats, because if you do, you're just gonna get knocked up in the air, fall down the pit, to your death. You're gonna have a bad time. When you get this candy for safety. Wow, I got sniped by that nut there. Jump. Oh no, I can't get the coin. What'll I do? Alright. So this is like the gauntlet of this level. There's gotta be a better way, honestly. Somebody find it to get through all this garbage. Make sure you kill those bats before jumping over, or you're gonna have a bad time. Alright, good. Got blast coin, at which point you can kill yourself. Get the last coin. We're good. Hey, that was a pretty good game, right? Now we're on the last level. Final boss. His name is Switchblade Sam, which I think is a pretty violent name for a character in a children's movie. But, you know, what do I know? So, unlike the other bosses, this boss's hitbox is only the head. So, if you shoot anywhere else, it's gonna go right through him. And it's a little bit harder to time your shots because of that. Like, you need to be able to hit his head, but you don't know if he's gonna be low or high or in the air when his iframe's in. So it's just about getting a good rhythm going to do this fight effectively. Oh, and apparently he like steals two of your friends. Like, there they are. They play no other role than like as a goal to reach, I guess. And time is when well, obviously when the life goes down, but when he's like sitting down after being killed. But that won't come for another minute or two, depending on how accurately I can shoot. So, like, his throwing pattern, like, my name for this split is Homeless Sagat, because, you know, we got the tiger shots going. And, like, the sprite really, captures Christopher Lloyd's character from the live-action film. Like, it's pretty accurate, honestly. Like, they did a good job with the sprites, at least, if not with the game. or the movement. Certainly the sprites. Alright, probably like 2 more hits, and then it'll be time. Time! As 1 more hit, sorry. Alright. We got the Saddam. We got Switchblade on the wagon there. Appreciate y'all, tuning in for this. Make sure to like and subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Like this video in the comments below. Thanks so much for the power up with Pride Crew. Ali, Baron, for helping me work out this thing. Shoutouts to me because I'm the only one who runs this game, for finding all the tech and optimizing the strategies. If you want to learn more about speedrunning this game, just buy it and play it. It's really cheap. It's like $6. But at this point, I'm going to throw it on back to y'all at the Power Up with Pride headquarters and call it a night. You would have a great Friday evening / Saturday morning. Look forward to the next run. Thanks again. Night.
That's what we're working on, like production, really. You know what I'm saying? That's